Imagine a time when the world was young, the Nile River was the lifeblood of civilizations, and a new power was rising in the heart of Africa, the Kingdom of Kush. Nestled in what is now modern-day Sudan, Kush emerged from the shadows to claim its place in the sun in the 8th century BCE. The kingdom's strategic location along the Nile River, the longest river in the world, was its golden ticket. The Nile was not just a river, it was a highway, a lifeline, a conduit for ideas, goods, and people. It was the Silk Road of the ancient world, connecting Kush to myriad cultures and civilizations. This riverfront real estate gave Kush control over vital trade routes, and a direct line to the riches of Africa: gold, ivory, and ebony. But it wasn't just about location. The Kushites were astute traders, shrewd diplomats, and visionary leaders. They leveraged their position to amass wealth and power, turning Kush into an economic powerhouse. Gold was in abundance in Kush, and the kingdom's rulers were not shy about flaunting it. They adorned themselves in gold, built golden statues, and even traded in gold. The allure of this precious metal drew traders from far and wide, filling the coffers of Kush and cementing its status as a major power. Kush's rise was not just economic, it was also cultural. The Kushites were not just passive recipients of external influences, they were active participants in a vibrant intercultural exchange. They absorbed ideas from Egypt, the Middle East, and other African cultures, blending them into a unique Kushite culture. They developed their own writing system, art, and religion, adding vibrant colors to the cultural tapestry of ancient Africa. And so, the stage was set for Kush to step into the limelight of history, and it did so with a grand entrance. The Kushite king Pi looked north and saw a land ripe for the taking: Egypt. The stage was set in the 8th century BCE for a series of events that would forever change the course of history in the ancient world. From his throne in the heart of the Kingdom of Kush, King Pi set his sights on Egypt, a once mighty power now weakened by internal strife and division. The Nile, a river of life and trade, flowed between them, a liquid highway leading directly to his prize. The time for Kush to rise had come. Paya was no ordinary king, his vision was grand, his ambition limitless. He dreamed of a unified Nile Valley under Kushite rule. And so, he mustered his forces, preparing them for the arduous campaign ahead. With iron in their hands and fire in their hearts, the Kushite warriors marched forth, their eyes set on the horizon, their spirits undaunted by the challenge that lay ahead. The invasion was swift, as the Kushite forces pressed northwards, conquering city after city. Yet Pi was not a ruthless conqueror. He respected the ancient traditions of Egypt and sought to restore order rather than to sow chaos. He became a pharaoh in the eyes of the Egyptians, a divine ruler bridging the worlds of gods and men. Thus, the 25th dynasty of Egypt was born, a Kushite dynasty that would rule Egypt for over a century, bringing about a period of stability and prosperity. The Kushite pharaohs ruled as wise and just leaders, respected by their subjects, feared by their enemies. But as the sands of time flowed, so too did the fortunes of empires. The Assyrians, a powerful force from the east, set their sights on Egypt. The Kushite dynasty faced a formidable adversary, and despite their valiant resistance, they were eventually overthrown. The Kushite reign over Egypt may have ended, but back home in Kush, a new chapter was just beginning. The flame of Kush, though dimmed, was not extinguished. In the heartland of their kingdom, they would rise once more, carving out a legacy that continues to resonate through the annals of history. With the capital moved to Meroe, the stage was set for the golden age of Kush. A new era had dawned, an era that would see the Kingdom of Kush reach the zenith of its cultural, economic, and political accomplishments. The Meroitic period, as it came to be known, was a time of profound development and transformation. It was during this period that the Kushites developed a unique writing system, distinct from the hieroglyphs used by their Egyptian neighbors. This Meroitic script, consisting of 23 signs, was used to inscribe royal decrees, religious texts, and even personal letters, effectively becoming the voice of a civilization. But the Meroitic period was not only about the written word. It was also a time of artistic efflorescence. The Kushites, drawing inspiration from their own surroundings and experiences, created a rich artistic tradition. This tradition was characterized by striking statuary, intricately designed pottery, and expert metalworking. The Kushite artists, through their creations, narrated tales of their times, their beliefs, and their aspirations, leaving behind an enduring testament to their civilization. The Meroitic period also witnessed Kush become a major hub of trade and culture. Thanks to its strategic location on the Nile, the kingdom controlled crucial trade routes, connecting Africa with the wider world. Gold from the deserts, ivory from the forests, and ebony from the heartlands flowed through Kush, making it a nexus of commerce. As traders from far and wide flocked to Meroe, they brought with them not just goods, but ideas, beliefs and practices, contributing to the multicultural milieu of the Kushite society. Politically, Kush continued to assert its sovereignty, successfully maintaining its independence in a world of burgeoning empires. Its rulers, while drawing lessons from the past, charted their own course, navigating the complex dynamics of power and diplomacy. The Golden Age of Kush was a glorious chapter in the annals of history, a testament to human creativity, resilience, and spirit. It was a time when a civilization, nestled along the banks of the Nile, wrote its own destiny, leaving an indelible mark on the sands of time. But as with all golden ages, this too had to come to an end. The winds of change were blowing in the 4th century CE, and they brought with them the seeds of Kush's decline. A once thriving kingdom, the Kingdom of Kush began to experience a series of challenges that marked the beginning of its end. As the pages of history turned, an internal political instability began to take root, eating into the core of this formidable kingdom. In the heart of the kingdom, the royal court was riddled with power struggles. Rival factions vied for control, leading to a state of constant unrest. The unity that had once been Kush's strength began to crumble, and the stability of the kingdom wavered. This internal turmoil created a vacuum, a weakness that could be exploited by external forces. And exploit they did. Rising from the ashes of obscurity, the Aksumite Empire began to grow in power and influence. Located to the east of the Nile, the Aksumites saw an opportunity in Kush's instability, and they seized it. The Aksumite Empire began to exert pressure on the weakened Kingdom of Kush, further destabilizing it and eventually leading to its conquest. Adding to this, the gold trade that had once been the lifeline of Kush's economy began to decline. The once abundant gold mines started to dry up, trade routes shifted, and Kush found itself sidelined, its wealth and prosperity dwindling. These factors, the internal political instability, the rise of the Aksumite Empire, and the decline of the gold trade, combined to form a perfect storm, a storm that Kush could not weather. The 4th century CE marked the end of the Kingdom of Kush, as it was finally conquered by the Aksumite Empire. The sun had set on the Kingdom of Kush, but its legacy was far from forgotten. Even in its decline and fall, the Kingdom of Kush left an indelible mark on the annals of history. Its influence can still be felt today, echoing through time and reminding us of a kingdom that once stood tall and proud. The Kingdom of Kush may have fallen, but its impact on history and culture is still felt today. The Kushites left a legacy rich in trade, military prowess, unique culture, and architectural marvels. Let's delve into these remarkable contributions that continue to influence the world as we know it. One of the most profound influences of the Kushite people was their extensive trade network. Stretching from North Africa to Central Africa, they traded gold, ivory, ebony, and other valuable resources. This network not only brought prosperity to the Kingdom of Kush, but it also fostered cultural exchange and laid the groundwork for future trade routes in Africa. Moreover, the Kushite military was a force to be reckoned with. Equipped with iron weapons and armor, they held their own against larger empires, displaying their tactical genius and courage. This military prowess is a testament to their technological advancement and strategic acumen, a legacy that still echoes in the annals of military history. And then, there was the unique Kushite culture, a beautiful blend of Egyptian and African influences. They practiced a polytheistic religion, worshipping a myriad of gods and goddesses, and their artistry was nothing short of extraordinary. Their artistic tradition encompassed sculpture, pottery, and metalworking, pieces of which continue to be admired in museums around the world today. This cultural richness speaks volumes about their creative brilliance and spiritual depth. Finally, the Kushite pyramids, though smaller and less elaborate than their Egyptian counterparts, are architectural marvels that have stood the test of time. These pyramids, used as burial tombs for the Kushite kings and queens, remain as enduring symbols of the Kushite civilization's grandeur and sophistication. The Kingdom of Kush was a beacon of civilization in ancient Africa, and its legacy continues to inspire us today. From its trade networks to its military, from its unique culture to its pyramids, the Kingdom of Kush was a testament to the power of human ingenuity and resilience. If you got any value from this video, please like and subscribe for more.